everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing and trying out the Carli Bybel palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So if you want to see this look and my review of this palette, then please keep on watching. Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Carli Bybel palette and I am so keen to try this out because I've had this for about 3 weeks now and I haven't tried it out yet because I've just been so busy. But I even got my nails to match the palette because look how cute she is. This palette is stunning. I'll open up the palette. So this is what she looks like inside, and I'm sure you guys have seen this palette already on Instagram. It is stunning. These colors just speak to my soul. And I have to say, everyone says the exact same thing about this palette, but the colors are just so much more vibrant in person than online. So I would definitely recommend going into Sephora and actually having a look at it and swatching it before you make up your mind as to whether you want to buy it or not. So once again, I'll just show you guys the inside. So as per usual, this Anastasia palette comes with a brush. So without further ado, let's have a play and then I'll tell you guys my thoughts on this palette. So let's go. So I am actually such a fan of this packaging. I think it's so girly, so feminine, and so Carli. Some people don't like it. Now, some people I've heard don't like this packaging because it's like triggering for them or something in terms of how it kind of looks like little holes. But I actually do have a hole phobia. Like I'm one of those people that doesn't like lots of little holes, like hives, like beehives and things like that. But this doesn't bother me at all. Like it's really pretty and I like how the bumps are actually slightly raised. So this is the box that it came in and it's exactly the same design as what's on the actual palette. So I'll just read the outside of the box first. So it says, created in collaboration with iconic beauty influencer Carli Bybel. This limited edition palette features Carli's go-to mattes and shimmers in both warm and cool tones. Perfect for everyday to night artistry. And I am so ready to try this palette. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. And then I'll tell you guys my thoughts on the palette and whether I recommend it or not. I love to do a base. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Bare. But I know that whatever I do today, it's okay because I'm going to use this palette again and I'll definitely film another video with this palette for sure. So for my base today, I'm going to go in with the shade Bare. Now this shade is a matte, but it does have a slight shimmer to it. I'm just going in with a big Morphe buffer brush as usual. I'm just picking up the shade Bare. Now a lot of product came out, like I just tapped it lightly in the pan and there's a lot of kickback already. And there usually is with Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows, but this one seems like a lot of product just came on the brush, like a lot of product. So I'll be a bit more light-handed, I guess. Okay, so that has given me, as per usual, a really nice, light, fresh base. And like I mentioned, that does have a bit of a shimmer to it, so, but I actually don't mind it because it's given me this really nice luminosity to my eyelids, so I'm not complaining. So I'm tossing up between doing a red-pink kind of look or going in with these like steel gunmetal blues. For my crease today, I'm going to go in with the shade Chai, which I think is a perfect transition shade. But we'll see how it looks on the eyes before we jump the gun. So I'm just taking that shade. There is definitely more kickback in these shades than in most of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I mean, can't complain, but it could get a little bit messy. They're super, super, super soft. So, time for the crease. Wow, that is such a stunning transition shade. That is like the perfect everyday shade. Wow, that is actually the most stunning everyday transition shade. That is just the perfect everyday shade. Carli did say in her video when she was announcing the palette that the shade Chai is like the perfect everyday shade. And I 110% agree. This shade, you could just do this whole shade just through the crease or all over the lid, and then just pop on mascara and you're out the door. Like honestly, this is it. This is the shade. Okay, next I'm gonna deepen up the crease with the shade Bybel, which is this one just here. And I'm just taking that on the same brush. And just by adding that shade, it's given the whole look more of a coffee kind of tone to it, and I'm really loving it. This palette, there's just too many damn options. Alright, so I can't decide what shimmer shade I'm gonna do, so maybe I'll just do all of them? I don't know. I'm gonna take the shade Bowie, which is the deepest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna run that through the bottom lashes and also deepen up my outer corner. For my outer corners, I'm using the 230 Luxe pencil brush from Zoeva. And I'm just taking my 226 smudger brush from Zoeva with the same shade Bowie under the lash line. And I'm just gonna blend that out with the 223 Luxe crease brush. Now I have to say, this shade isn't blending too well. It's kind of gone a little bit patchy almost. I'll keep building it up and see what I can do, but it's kind of gone, but it has definitely gone patchy, so yeah, it's definitely not blending out as much as I'd like it to, but I'm just gonna go in with the shimmers because I ain't got time for that. So I'm gonna go back in with Bare on that big buffer brush from Morphe and just tidy up the look. Okay, so now I'm going in with the shimmers, and I'm gonna start off with the shade OA, which is this beautiful, stunning, absolutely stunning blue that has so much dimension to it. Ooh, and I just dipped my finger into the shade Aura, which is this pink one right here, and that has been calling to me as well. And I think I'm just gonna go ham and use all of the shimmers that I really want to use. But it has so much dimension to it. Wow. If Space had an eyeshadow, it would look like this. Like, this is like intergalactic. This is freaking amazing. This is amazing. The sparkles on it, oh my god. So I'm just dragging that all over the lip on both my eyes. Hello, are you kidding me? That is next level. I'm just gonna buff the edges out. That is so pretty. I might take a little bit of that Aura shade. Wow. It's like that rose gold, beautiful shade. It definitely has gold in it. It is definitely rose gold, but at the same time, it's not. Now, she said it's supposed to be the color of a really nice aura, like when someone has a nice aura, good vibes. Love that. So I'm going to put this on. And I'm just going to put it on towards the inner corner. That is so pretty as well. Now I'm going to go into the actual inner corners with the shade Mandala, which is this beautiful shade here that's been calling my name. Now that shade is like iridescent. Now that shade Mandala isn't quite as pigmented as I would have liked. Taking a little bit more of it on my Morphe E19 brush. It still is really pretty, but it's just not quite as pigmented as it looks in the pan. So there's that. It's pressed really firmly, so it's not as soft as the other shade, so it kind of, that also doesn't help the fact that it's not as pigmented, because when you pick it up, you're not really getting that much product on your fingers or on the brush, and I did try both. Now I'm going to jump into the shade Bolly, which is one of Carli's cat's names. Put this over the top of Mandala. Now even that shade Bolly, I think it's Bolly. Now even that shade Bolly wasn't quite as pigmented as I would have liked. It's pretty, but it's soft. It's more of a soft kind of tone. Now I'm just going to go back over the top of Aura with a little bit more of Aura, because I feel like I have lost a lot of the pink in this eyeshadow look. So I'm just going to try and make it pop a little bit more. Going to go back over the top of OA as well and do the same with the shade Mandala as well, and just back in with Aura just so it doesn't get covered up again. And once again just buff out the outer corners, and I'm just going to quickly do my brows. Okay, so I just put lashes on and line my eyes, and I also used my Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Patina, and I went over the top of that with the shade Marcia from Too Faced. That's from their 2018 holiday edition. And then I lined my lips with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Lady Flower. Okay, so now it is time for my final thoughts on the palette. So what do I think? So I really like this palette overall. I think Carli did an excellent job. This definitely screams Carli Bybel, and it is just a stunning palette. It's really soft and feminine. These colors are really soft and feminine, and I think that's really nice. We haven't seen a lot of palettes like this. This does kind of remind me of the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, because it does have similar shades and tones. It's kind of got like that pastel-y kind of vibe to it. But if I didn't have the Huda Beauty palette, I think I'd be a little bit more wowed by this palette. But because I have the Mercury Retrograde, and if you guys haven't seen my review of that palette, I'll leave it linked up here or somewhere on the screen. The shades in this are stunning, so pretty, and they're different from the Anastasia Beverly Hills range. I have the Modern Renaissance, the Soft Glam palette, the Norvina palette, the Carli Bybel palette, the Sultry palette, and soon I'll be getting the Amrezy palette, which I'm really excited about. But this is definitely a different type of palette in their collection, and it also adds to my collection as well. I'm really excited to try this red shade out called Stev. So overall, this palette is stunning. I forget how much it retails for, but I'll leave the price here. So as per usual, it's a pretty standard price for the Anastasia palettes. Do I think this palette is worth it? Yes, I do, if you really like Carli Bybel. And if you like the tones in this palette. Do I think you need this palette? Absolutely not. I think that it is a good palette to have, especially if you like to collect makeup like I do, because I definitely have a problem. And if you like the Anastasia formula, then this is pretty much no different. Like I said though, it was a bit softer, I did find, with some of the shades. And also a lot of these shades are, you know, very, very pastel-y and quite soft. So when, you know, what you see in the pan on the eyes, it can kind of look a little bit different and can be a little bit softer. I would say that it is a nice touch if you don't already have these shades in your current collection. There are so many pretty shades and they're super, super soft. Yeah, so there's so many shades in this palette and they're super, super soft, and they're super soft and feminine, and I really think Carli did such an amazing job at choosing shades that basically she would wear, because obviously this is her palette. She chose shades that she likes and that she wears, and these shades definitely scream Carli vibe. They are really, really pretty and really stunning, and I'm glad that I have this palette in my collection. I will definitely get a lot of use out of it, and I can definitely take these colors in this palette from day to night, and from some really simple glam looks to some really, really nice sultry full glam looks as well. Okay, so do I think you need this palette? Absolutely not. If you like the colors, if you like Carli, definitely get it. I'm really glad that I have it in my collection, and I know that I'll definitely be playing with it a lot more. But yeah, a couple of things to keep in mind is that it's softer than the other Anastasia Beverly Hills formulas in general, and the colors, once they're on the eyes, aren't necessarily as vibrant as they are in the pan. So that's another thing to keep in mind, but overall it's a really, really stunning palette. I only had issues with blending one color, which was the shade Bowie. So that deep shade up there. Other than that, I didn't really have any issues. The shade Mandala, which is that one just there, that shade wasn't quite as pigmented as I thought it would be. So these shades are very soft, but they suit Carli, they suit me. I love soft shades, and although it's got some really nice colors in there that aren't just neutrals, it obviously has cool and warm tones. It's really easy to take this palette from day to night, but even though this palette is quite colorful, these colors are super, super wearable, and I can see myself even wearing this kind of an eyeshadow to work. So that's pretty cool that it's, you know, soft enough to be able to, you know, build up the pigment and build up the color, but it's also soft enough not for it to be like so in your face and obnoxious. So yeah, overall, I really like this palette and I can't wait to keep playing with it in the future. So yeah, if you guys liked this video, then please give me a big thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!